Hello and welcome back to the channel. In this afternoon's edition of the Celtic News, I want to talk about two things. I want to talk about Cameron Carter-Vickers and I want to talk about Rocco Vata. It is something that we're going to talk about in this evening's live, so make sure that you have subscribed and you join us in the live this evening, where we'll talk about the ongoing situation with Rocco Vata. Rocco Vata is a young player that everyone at Celtic believes is going to be an immense player for us, but the thing is, it's a couple of weeks ago we did put out a video and we said there has been interest from an Italian club for young Vata. Celtic are at the stage now where they want to extend his contract, and there has a report come out today saying that they will grant a move loan for highly rated Rocco Vata. They won't put him out on loan unless he extends his contract. At this point, he hasn't extended his contract and he has just under a year to go. So there is the likes of Queen's Park have been looking at him and saying that they would like to take him on loan. So tell me your thoughts in the comments on that one. With just 9 months left on his contract, Celtic really need to tie down Vata, and they can't let another young player leave Celtic the way that happened with Ben Doak. I mean, Ben Doak's an absolutely fantastic player, and he's getting it in and about the Liverpool team now. Vata is currently part of the B team, which plays in the lower league, the Lowland League, with Stephen McManus and Darren O'Dea. But he did make his senior debut last season. He had 4 appearances last season, but Brendan Rodgers doesn't think that he'll be able to step up this season due to the importance of winning the league this season, etc., etc. But he does want the player to get game time, and he's prepared to put him out on loan. It has been suggested, as long as he signs the new contract. So tell me what you think about that. If he was to go, Celtic can't let him go for nothing. They would have to sell him this window. I think selling him this window, you get the best amount of money for him. But ideally, you don't want to be selling your best players. You want to bring him through, and you want to make sure that he stays at Celtic for a good few years. So let's talk about a player that has came into Celtic and done particularly well after a loan move. It's obviously Cameron Carter-Vickers. Cameron Carter-Vickers does feel that he's getting up to speed following his surgery. And he said that the surgery was perfect. It was the perfect solution after playing through the pain barrier last season. The centre-back begun. He obviously played against Ross County, the 4-2 win, the first game of the season. And he only played 45 minutes pre-season altogether. He says, that's how I want to do it. I want to basically get fit on the pitch. He says, ahead of Sunday's trip to Aberdeen, he said, the best way to get fitness to play games is just to play the games. He said, so it's perfect for me. I feel good, even though I didn't train with the team until about 10 days ago. I was running on my own, says Cameron Carter-Vickers. So physically, I feel good. There's no problems with the knee. It's been absolutely brilliant now. I've been out for 3 months. Had the surgery immediately after the Scottish Cup semi-final win over the Rangers. And the 25-year-old hasn't had any trouble with the knee since then. It says, when you look at it, you look at the performances it had. Nobody knew that I had the injury. It says it was a long while, well before Christmas, that I knew I had it. The pain wasn't bad. It was there. It was consistently there, but there were highs and lows. So it was good to get it sorted out. My understanding about the injury said there was a likelihood that it was never going to get worse in terms of the actual damage to the knee. So it was just keyhole surgery, which was good for him. Now, he has been talking about the fact that Rocky has entered the building. He says that's been good for him. Also, getting to know the player. And he says he's looking forward to the new partnership. And I think we're all looking forward to this new partnership, obviously, with Carl Starfelt now left the club. Big Carter-Vickers went on to say, I'm not a real overthinker. When I'm fit, I will play my best. And when I'm not, I can't do much about it. I just get on with it. That's it. And that's how he's looked at the surgery that he had, and he looked at his time out the club. So tell me what you think about Carter-Vickers and Rocky as a partnership. How do you think that they will do together? And what do you think the score will be this weekend? It is Friday evening, and there will be a live this evening where we'll talk in depth about the Aberdeen game. We'll give our score predictions, and there was only one person that got the score prediction correct last week. So we will all have our little bets this week and see what they think the score will be. We'll talk about that live this evening. But the big news is this afternoon that Rocco Vata, that is the one for me. Rocco Vata's future does need sorted out at Celtic. You know, he is one of the highly rated guys that are coming through Celtic right now. Celtic need to extend his contract. And to be fair, I thought he was one player that was probably going to come into the first team a lot more this season. But it's understood that the manager would like to get him out on loan. Pretty much the same as what happened to Callum McGregor when he was younger. Callum McGregor obviously went out on loan, and that done him the world of good. So, Rocco Vata, tell me in the comments what you think of that. Tell me what you think about Big Cameron Carter-Vickers. And also make sure that you join us live this evening where we'll talk about these things and we'll talk about the game on Sunday. Give us your score predictions and tell us what team you think will be. Give us your team also. So that will have a great day. Celtic fans all. Lit. Roll up to the